not so good with these technology things. Okay. My name is Lihlithemba Mzobe. Yeah, I know many of you know me, and many of you do not know me on that deep personal level, because ever since I was born, I've never had that, what can I say, that with many people they've got the I, and that's how they drive themselves each and every day to probably achieve everything they want to achieve with their lives, and probably get to where they see themselves be. So I just want to give a brief summary of spirituality, because I understand that many people, when they hear the word spirituality, they think of izangoma, izinyanga, they think of any form of witchcraft or satanism or occults that is out there. But that's not it. It's not the end of it, or it's not all of it. Basically, when we get into deep concepts of spirituality, that's when you understand that we live in a very spiritual world that is led physically by our thoughts, by our movement of our bodies, by doing anything that we want to do. But if you look deep, using your logic and reasoning, using deep and critical thinking, you will find out that life is not just about physically or the appearance of our beings, our bodies, and the everyday tasks or duties that we do on our daily basis. So it's quite a journey. And there's actually a lot that I can share. There's actually a lot on my mind that I really like everyone to know. But some of the things, when you're not spiritual, or when you're not on that kind of level or that standard, it get hard to understand such topics or experiences in that kind of realm. It really gets hard to understand those kind of things. But I just want to give a brief summary of what I have seen, what I have experienced, what I have learned more than anything. And more than just learning, and just literally learning to reason, not learning to just, okay, my mind is full and I sleep and that's it. No. But basically learning to understand, learning to reason at the end of the day. So I'm a person who likes to be led by any times, or at any point when it's necessary. For an example, when they say what does that tell us? It tells us that the people in the front, they are the ones that are supposed to tell us, okay, take left now and take right. But if us who are behind and not willing to listen to the people in the front, well, basically nowadays they're no longer people like that. They are gonna tell you the truth straight up, because people hate the truth as much as they hate dirt. So truth to people's mind and all is like some toxic bacteria in their lives. But when you find out deeply, it's something that is very important that they need to understand each and every day and need to take stand off and on. So now, my testimony, or what I just want to share, is that when we talk about spirituality, let's get back to who is our creator, who made the heavens and the earth, and how is the form of our living God, the Lord. So we all know that God is spiritual. We all know that God is not physical. We all know that God, let me just put it in simple words, is like an air, well, so that everyone can understand. So now, when he created a person, okay, back then, our father Adam, he put his spirits, or he put his air inside a body, inside, like it dockets inside flesh. So what is flesh? Flesh was just that mud that was created from the ground, from the sand, to make a structure that can maneuver around and do anything that it likes. So when God created a person, obviously he created us in his form, and we look like him. But ask yourselves, how do we look like him? Do we physically look like him? It doesn't make sense because we don't look alike. So how can we say we look like God physically when there's dark people, there's light people, there's gray people, there's red, purple, orange? So how do we look like him if we were that different in that aspect? We don't. But we look like him spiritually, because that spirit came from him. That spirit longs for the Lord each and every day. That spirit is the one that you see in your dreams and you don't take it seriously. That spirit is the one that you see in visions. Is the one that is there in the realm, looking for that peace, that home from God. But then, because us people, since we don't believe in spirituality, we always rely on the flesh. We always look after the flesh. When the flesh wants this, we give it to it. When the flesh wants to sleep, we sleep, even though we have to do something that godly, something that can bring us closer to God. But then, pardon me for the disturbance. I'm busy cooking here. I was saying, it doesn't make sense if we can realize that we live with so many spiritual things, so many things that are roaming in the realm of the spirits, and we are spirits too, and we are full of ignorance of ourselves. We are full of ignorance of who we really are. We are full of ignorance of what we're supposed to do. We are ignorant of what we were born here to do. Why are we here? What are we doing in this world? Are we just here to just enjoy, have fun, eat, sleep, die? Does it make sense? Okay. So when God created us and He put His spirits inside us, and sin came by because of that angel that got fallen from heaven, the loved one, the angel that was beautiful out of all the angels, that had such a beautiful voice, that was so privileged in many things, because he was the leader. He was responsible for many things, and he was doing his job very, very good. So now, when his fall came, pride came, that reflection reflected him and told